Someone in South Korea has died and made news on YouTube, reaching me, the dude who is supposed to not just catch YouTube rats, but actually take care of the mystery that is South Korea. Last time, and it's been a long fucking time. I think that's all we have. We have just 2 episodes. This was 2 months ago. I am 100% invested in South Korea after discovering Kpop. And then we had martial law declared to the point where South Korea stole a bunch of attention for themselves. Probably died down, but it also trickled down to some like YouTube channels or like news, geopolitics channels got a little bit of a subscription bonus from that. It didn't came to a complete nullification of nothing happened, who cares, we just impeached the president, whatever, right? This is a precedent, and we have to remember its important context, right? The next important context being that the Asian world is ruthless. There's so many people fighting for the top spots in the entertainment industry that there's basically a situation of torture. It feels like, yeah, you're going the right way, you're a K-pop star, but it's actually quite dehumanizing, and the rules that you have to follow are way more strict than anywhere else. However, you know, they try to crab more K-pop stars in groups. They try to like unite. One name can be represented by 9 girls at this point. The magical number is 4. We have learned that through Blackpink, and I only care about the girl side of this thing, guys, unfortunately. So let's get ourselves back to speed. I got an opportunity to continue this serious problem with another death pulling me in again back into the vortex to care about South Korea. South Korea is one of those places you might want to go, like Japan. It's a public sector of an Asian world. If you pinpoint China, right, and look into this, so there's this Asian world, Thailand. The moment any appendage shows up, it's no longer China, basically. This is appendage. India is an appendage. Not China. Not China. Island is not China. You can see there's some kind of a pattern going on, right? The public sector of China is all the appendages, except for India. India, its own superpower, I would say. But it's a public sector that I actually haven't fully explored. I just know Taiwan exists. I just know South Korea is a very unique place. Even more unique because now North Korea exists, and then there's Japan, which is... What is all of this, though? What's all of that? Is that Russia? Crazy. Why can they have more islands? Why can't they just be all of this? They're so good at being an island. Should deserve that extra space. I don't know. Only now China is like kind of opening its borders, and North Korea even opening its borders to show what's in store, what's being hidden from us. This is just jungle, by the way. So you would not be wrong assuming that this is the only public sector of the Asian world. This does not even matter that much. We'll see. It's Indonesia's giant place. This place in general, it's a region that holds the most human population. So very different rules of life apply. This is a human population portal where people just spawn, basically, most of the time. It's kind of fascinating, isn't it? It's like the center of the universe of humanity, and I know why. This is the 4th difficulty, 4th region. There's region number 5, number 6, and number 7. And guess what 4 is? It's in the middle of 1 and 7. So most people are average, is all I'm saying. Average, yes. As we say, the biggest insult to Asian world is ching chong bing bong, you know? And it's like, that's what it is. We don't understand you guys. What are you talking about? What is this sign language in letters? What is this? I don't understand. It doesn't help that Chongqing is the capital of China, so it really does not help that. They love their Qings and Chongs, bro. It's crazy. So living in a world where people just spawn out of nowhere is pretty crazy. What's crazier is that they stopped doing that. People just stopped spawning. The population, overcrowding, overpopulation, whatever you feel that happened, stopped happening. And now the birth rates are plummeting, and probably the opposite is happening, but it's more like a population bubble happened, you know. Population bubble. People felt like the only thing you can do is make a bunch of babies, and suddenly something happened. Something called capitalism. After baby booming, we get capitalism.
English poet.
Why? Because we're gonna treat people like shit. We don't give a fuck about people. No, we're gonna play a game of like who's gonna get the most capital in the end. We're gonna listen to those people, and hopefully they are happy with the smiles on their faces. Otherwise, fuck you, asshole. Elon Musk publicly said that empathy is weakness. Oh my goodness. Empathy's weakness. Feeling like, of course, every billionaire needs to say that out loud to themselves every single day. Empathy's weakness as money is mine. All money is mine. It's just mine, for me and me alone. Empathy and existence of other human beings does not matter to me. So here you go. That's capitalism. We're in end stage of capitalism where nobody wants to play the game anymore. And apocalypse is happening. The change has to happen. We have to decide what the next game is going to be, if it's going to be a game at all. I don't know why this guy fucking decided to start with the most weirdest introduction ever. It works for him, it's not going to work for me. So let's skip to the part where it actually matters.
And not in any way, shape, or form make any sort of mistake because you're expecting.
That's the Asian world in a nutshell. If you want to succeed, you have to avoid mistakes desperately. However, as I review K-pop, K-pop sometimes is shit. Just like all the music out there, K-pop is going to be shit, but it's actually higher quality than the rest of what the world produces. K-pop is definitely trying to be way higher quality, producing music videos constantly. Now, the dancing does not necessarily have to happen, but when the fucking camera starts flying around and you barely understand what the fuck you're watching anymore, then yeah, that's too much. How about just do dancing? Alright, just do some dancing. The thing that K-pop actually avoids doing is storytelling, and they fail miserably because of that. It's actually miserable. I actually paired Aoa, which you've definitely not fucking heard too much of. It's just a sexy band of girls versus the second biggest, Twice. And guess what happened? It was almost a draw. Because of storytelling, I was compelled to watch music videos of Aoa versus Twice just dancing around and looking pretty, and sometimes having a good song. Aoa just ran out of content pretty much. Alright, Twice can just pump out every single year. They're like a very close group. To be one of the best in K-pop, it means to produce a lot of content, to actually grind a very long time and not disband. The moment you disband, it's over. It's over, bro. So it's not really about perfection. Perfection is probably a lie that the people are trying to sell to you, that they're reaching for perfection and like to make us feel bad for them or whatever. The real thing is to never give up, I would say. The way of the ninja. Fucking Naruto. never give up and never suicide, because that fucking sucks too. So when someone actually commits into death itself, that creates a mystery of like, why the fuck would you do that? You know? There's still very likely a reason, even if that reason kind of sucks, but that world, you know, turn into a bubble, turn into a shell of like, it's like, I don't wanna deal with this anymore. But I don't wanna give up either. I wanna get the third option of press button head explodes. You know, wow, what a good one we got here. You can tell I am already passionate. I don't have that much information, but like, we have clues, right? Of the Koreans don't like sleeping for some reason. What happened? They're the country that sleeps the least. Almost. They break records on that one. Versus Japan, they do the same shit, it seems like. I still have karoshi as a word stuck in my brain because I played a game of karoshi where you have to end your own life in a game as quickly as possible, it feels like. Or you have to piece up a puzzle of how you're gonna end your life. It's like, what? Karoshi, bro, is so funny. It's a different type of platformer. It's a Mario where every enemy is your friend. You know, every enemy can give you to 0 health bar and give you peace and quiet finally. So, as we enter, like, we're going to investigate these deaths, and if there's more deaths that actually are relevant and we're going to attach to those, this is Kara's leader, basically. Hara, as I remember. Hara. The reason why I know, and we actually discussed this death a little bit, is I actually discovered this like last year. I'm like, oh shit, she's dead? Well, that's not good. It doesn't make any sense, especially when she was running the most colorful band. She got a trophy for that. I mean, that was pretty cool. Everyone's blind. Just blend in and do nothing. Everyone has their own theme. It's sometimes pretty cool, but being the most colorful is my personal favorite. So for the leader to die, all of a sudden, I have the sentimental need to push this K-pop drama to some kind of sophisticated conclusion until we actually know, after digging the grave for long enough, of like, what's actually going on in here, right? There's always a running suspicion that nobody died and everyone's living a happy life, declaring death, because in entertainment worlds, declaration of death doesn't mean death. It's just how it plays publicly. Or a person wants to like literally cut everything off and just go into the shadow realm and live a normal life all of a sudden. That's a possibility that we cannot actually discard. I have a feeling that Technoblade did the same thing. So, yeah, the Minecraft YouTuber who got 10 million subscribers. He could have done the same thing. Mysterious cancer attacked out of nowhere? Wow, that's crazy. How did that happen for the most skillful Minecraft player? What happened there? You know, none of this makes sense to me. So the death actually have to make sense to actually have enough clues of what actually happened, right? For me to go behind it. Anyways, let's jump in and find out what we have to work with. What new material? This is 30 minutes long. This should be pretty good, right?
Life. Why would you? I mean, you're not human, you're a god. And a god is perfect.
That's very interesting because as I improved myself, I have reached godlike need to be godlike in terms of esteem, in terms of how I perceive myself, because I get to live with myself way too fucking long. Everyone is rejecting me, so I might as well go next level. The next level being going from a person who's very confident that he will succeed in a person who's confident that they are the best within humanity. They're the best, and they have to be actually kind of worshipped, like idolized like a god. So I'm actually approaching all of a sudden this godlike ideology as actual reality that these guys have discovered potentially. This is actual reality now. That you can actually hold your self-esteem up to the level of godhood. Alright? Because reality fucking is weird as hell and twisted, and anything can happen in reality. We just have frozen many things that we don't like from happening, but they can still happen. Alright, just like the death can be deception, not death itself. Deception, to leave a person alone, could be a tool to run away. This is just one of thousands of weapons that people have in order to get their way and twist reality and change the world. Many, many things we have. Sometimes as gods, we have to lie to ourselves. I would say that because so many things are possible, just like science can make anything possible, we just have to lie to ourselves in order to be able to comprehend what godhood even is about.
His Korean media leaked his final moments through CCTV cameras on the street, as well as the final note.
Yeah, in the Asian world, they just fight evil relentlessly. They cannot actually accept any drug abuse, none of this, like, detours, including LGBTQ. You know, that's a detour from being a fucking normal human being. If you escape Asia, which you probably still want to do, you have lived a much more empowering life than anywhere else, so...
Kim Se-ron, a well-renowned South Korean actress...
Boring actress. Disqualified. I want Kpop star. Alright. This video is no longer interesting. What am I gonna do? What am I to do, my friends? I will have to read the goddamn Guhara thing. The problem is, I kind of wanted 100 subscribers on my other channel, Rocket Ship, before I dissect something like this. But no one is subscribing right now. Wah, wah.
Outlets try to find someone to blame for more...
Completely normal behavior as well. Because if someone died, like, someone else potentially could have put pressure. Like, this is important investigation going on. You gotta put pressure on the whole situation. Someone has to crack. If they were the bad guys, potentially. Like, this is a very dangerous situation. Maybe American wouldn't understand.
Clicks. Sometimes they like to blame another celebrity that was in her circle of friends, but...
Wait.
It turns out to be untrue, so that other celebrity also ends up offing themselves.
Are you kidding me? No. Then it's true, then you felt guilt. This is how it works. It doesn't even matter what the narrative is, what's true and what's not. Guilt compiles itself into this, into a funeral, unfortunately. Guilt compiles itself into giving up. Life actually gives you plenty of ways to, you know, avoid consequence. Funny enough. Maybe you're not guilty. There's a chance. Maybe you're not Mario. Maybe you're just Luigi.
By a K-pop star.
Aespa? What's going on?
Back in March, she had committed one of the biggest mistakes you could ever imagine. Ruining the fantasy. Get this.
No, she's not single anymore. That's a contractual obligation of every actor to be single, unfortunately. Kind of feels that way. I don't care. Seems normal to me. In the world of where perfection is the only thing that works.
Massive electronic billboard with the words, "Is the love given to you by your fans not enough?"
Well played. Well played, dude. The coolest shit ever. And this guy's playing it as like that. Oh, deranged fucking fans. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Bro, Americans twist stories the way they want to see it. It's crazy of like, oh, I don't respect Korean culture whatsoever. It's so fucking weird.
Sensation.
Don't worry, you can be a human when you stop acting, you know? When you stop trying to please fans or whatever. Another imperfection is nepoism. Is to leaning onto other celebrities for comfort in understanding and not just getting exposed, you know? Fuck you stupid nepoism, you know? And what is that? Suicide? That's how you're gonna solve the problem? Right? It's not gonna work. There's no escape. You cannot just be actor in the world where you have to be perfect to succeed. And at the same time, seek some kind of comfort, some kind of help. That means you're clinging on to success, while at the same time you're clinging on to help. Help. Too much help. Alright? In order to be the best, you have to use the resources you get to the best of your extent.
Making
When I hear these like principles, I can easily understand because I follow principles myself.
a name for
Let's get that off the screen,
her.
please.
The hell did we end up here? How could everything go wrong in the span of barely a decade?
Well, even if she grew up to be an actress from a very early age, she's actually in the nepoistic universe, basically, where it is natural for her to seek comfort and misunderstand the people of what they desire to fucking happen. And there could be underlying issues. I'm not gonna blame her for anything. It is still a serious message to be sent. The cause of death, you know. And there is someone to blame, apparently. This is called some kind of Squid Games. I don't know what's going on, so I need full context right now to be able to make my further assessments.
Well, secret, especially now that being a child actor is probably one of the worst things you can.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The child actor is the most likely person to fall off the grace because they don't have their own moral compass established. And a lot of people are fucking NPCs. So if you create a child actor, most likely 90% of the time they will just fall off grace and won't look so good. Will ruin their image, basically. That's just what happens. It's not that their life sucks, that most people's life sucks anyways. It's just that we get to see it and they get to whine on camera about it. That's what's actually going on. Their moral compass is very difficult to build when you have so much wealth to spend and you have so many drugs to try. I mean, absolutely. Some child actors do succeed. They do find a way out of this maze. It's just a little bit more difficult to sustain the image that has been given to you. Yes, you're fortunate, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna keep your fortunes forever, you know? It comes with a fucking price. And it should. That's just how life works. Everything is fair in life. Just like all the NPCs may be crying that they're not famous and they don't have great wealth, but once you have wealth and fame, your ability to build morality is going to be diminished because you already have things, you have protections. What matters to you the most now is to just keep what you have, not give to anyone else, not waste it, and just survive your rest of your life. Hopefully you'll be happy, you know? Without moral compass, the things that you have will wither away much faster than with. So it's very important while you don't have money and fame to establish fucking brain cells up there and grow your heart as well. Those two are also just as valuable resources as money and fame. They are the basically antithesis to those other two things, right? That come from the outside. You have to bring things into the inside to have things come from the outside. to magnetize, basically. You like an Iron Man. When you are an Iron Man, you get an iron suit. You don't become an Iron Man just with an iron suit. That's not how it works. Iron Man built his iron suit himself, for he is the Iron Man. That's how it works. He deserves to be made out of iron and save the world because he pushed through on his own terms. He did not just inherit his fame and fortune that easily. It just came as an example. I don't know how powerful it is, but it seems to be like anytime I can squeeze a superhero, I will.
Was a kid and watched Nickelodeon and Disney, I used to be envious of these actors, thinking, wow.
Well, they do get a chance. They do get an extreme chance to hold on to something that's incredibly valuable. They will still struggle to find love because love is outside, unfortunately. To seek love, like, they will still have to give up their fame and fortune to someone else. And very likely it's the rest of the world, the 90% of losers who don't get the chance to be the celebrities, Everything equalizes because of these weird forces of life.
Wow, it must be the netizens that write bad comments will pound on.
Well, maybe. Maybe they're haters all over the place. And there should be, But these people don't matter. If they don't believe the truth, it doesn't matter, right? And this is what should give you confidence instead of feeling guilty. Anytime you side with the truth, you can say whatever you want. You don't have to reveal the truth if people don't care about it. But you will still be confident. Either way, right? You have to find that morality, find that compass in order to stay in the fucking game. If you're born with wealth and fame, unfortunately, the game is very difficult if you want to keep all this shit. Otherwise, you might want to just slowly give it away if you want to escape that demise. Is people gonna just be hateful out of jealousy? We all know that. Even I can become the subject of jealousy. Absolutely. Me. I have shit amount of numbers going in, and I can still be subject of, like, I might be too small, but I'm trying to yell too fucking loud, right? And it does not sit well with some kind of fans of some YouTuber who don't want to know the truth, so they're going to be hateful. They're going to be very defensive. It happens. And this is where nepoism comes into place, where I would definitely want to desperately also lean towards someone who could actually, help me out and equalize the battlefield, share values together. That is a beautiful thing. We can still keep it private. It's no big deal. Because if we share public image, we also share every hater in existence together. We're gonna suffer both piles of haters. And it's not, because becoming more powerful is finding more resistance in nature. It's best to just stay alone. It's best to not do the nepoism moves and be very insecure, but still run to the rich and powerful to lend you more power, to get more into debt, into moral debt, basically. And we're starting to actually untangle some important things about this K-pop drama, right? Because we actually see a very interesting topic that I did not bring up personally. And thanks to people dying, we can talk about it. Unfortunate. But, this accumulates, it pops. As it pops, there's a human population way larger. So they can actually create drama through death. They can do some crazy shit, these Asians, that no rest of the world will be able to understand, but will definitely be intrigued, because we can't do that shit. Even if someone dies, he was a drunk little bitch in the corner down the street, and we're actually happy. We just celebrate of like, fuck you, dude. You just got drunk. Some noob drug addict in America dies, like no one cares. Barely people care about mass shootings in schools. I don't even know, should I care about it? Should I not? Is it drama? Is there something to untangle there? With these Asian worlds, it seems like, wow, that's an interesting death. They even know how to do that properly. Fucking learn one time. Haters know what they're doing. They know that they have impacts in people's lives. They can gaslight you that whatever you did is not good enough. But hatred has to have a price. Any hater has to get punched in the face and disappear permanently. So this is the only way to win this game. You cannot respect haters because you have to respect yourself, and there's no room for haters to exist whatsoever, right? Once you understand this principle, you will be able to survive into later stages of Squid Game. Maybe I'm the master of Squid Games now. Maybe I'll take over South Korea because they don't even have a president. Fuck you guys. It's my country now. And I will send you guys to war against Donald Trump. It's time, bro. Fuck this guy. He's too greedy. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but holy shit, he went after Ukraine. That's the first fucking thing. Let's cut spending, go after Ukraine. What the hell is going on? It's time to get a country and slap Donald Trump in the facials.
On their keyboard, the truth.
And when Donald Trump is slapped hard enough, everyone will celebrate and have children. Easy. Solved South Korea, I mean. North Korea has a different problem. We'll figure it out later. North Korean drama not gonna happen, okay? Unless they pay me $1 million. Fame and fortune, motherfucker. If you don't have it, I don't give a fuck about you, North Korean leader, whoever that might be. Alright? Because I don't believe. They lie. They be lying, bro. There's different leader. Not that fat boy looking creature. I don't believe in that one. I don't believe nothing Asians say until I can triangulate information and relate to it properly and recognize it as something that's very likely to happen.
Harsh realization. When she was only 13 years old. I can't
imagine. I had to realize that a girl I like does not like me back. That's a pretty fucking big realization, isn't it? And then I was like, what do I do? What do I do? It's just like you're constantly confused when you are faced with these crazy problems of like, people don't like me. Yeah, it's a 13-year-old thing to realize. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you even have a story to tell? No. Most YouTubers are NPCs who just keep forgetting things that when they were 13 years old, they had something going on for them. But nah, nothing. She was just a baby. Fucking weird, man. I wish I could actually remember what happened to me as a 13-year-old because I wasn't even in charge. My parents were in charge and they're stupid. So I want to know what the fuck was happening. We're buying like lottery tickets and shit. I was excited about that until I wasn't. Like, there's a lot of things that happens. And these people are forced to express what's happening. They at least make it public, right? Now, to have such a vocabulary to express this much information, now I'm questioning reality at this point. What the fuck is a 13-year-old? I barely could have put together 2 sentences that make coherence. This is my level person all of a sudden. Are you sure it's a 13-year-old? You know, that sort of thing. So it is what it is, right?
You go through puberty. You don't even know who you are as a person. You're still discovering.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. It sounds so LGBT right now.
Covering yourself. The edge of the.
I haven't yet figured out whether I'm a werewolf or a vampire. Am I Team Jacob or Team Edward? I'm going through puberty right now. That's how I imagine the seriousness of the situation.
and didn't end.
Life is a fucking combat. It is a combat. You're fighting them demons. And I still to this day fight them demons. Whether it's my mom, dad, you name it. People around me, just to keep coming. They keep coming, bro. Because I have no defenses and I don't have fame and fortune, I actually have to fight demons as my scapegoat of becoming stronger, right? Getting a thicker skin. So yeah, I also am hateful and jealous and all these cool things, you know. Also trying to blend in with them demons, you know, by being hateful. Fucking millions dollars, bro, just give me some. I'll be good for you, you know. I'll promote your music, please, dude. Just give me some of that cash.
Because she was famous, when you would usually expect the opposite to happen. She said, the bully life.
Again, normies understand that they don't have much power versus these celebrities. So they will take whatever they can get away with, including me. You know, they're gonna bully me, not subscribe to my channel, and pretend that I'm a piece of shit person, that I don't deserve to climb to the top. All these things, right? Which is why I have to remain perfect for as long as possible. Because it's gonna get harder and harder for these people to resist, and then they're gonna give you just like a pass of like,
But here's the make mistakes. It doesn't matter
Doesn't that sound like a badass pass? I'll take that one.
who you are.
No one is giving her a pass right now. I feel bad for her.
This means if you want to keep functioning as a regular human being, you have to start
Regular human being, dude? Actress. Uh-oh. Actress.
coping. And what do so many child actors do to cope? Substance abuse, drug addiction, alcoholism, or both. Macaulay Culkin.
Coping. Here's an advice of how to cope. Work. Video game, though. Why video games not getting mentions? What the fuck? Also, you have so much power, you can just rule social media. Hello. You're on a different scale now. And obviously, this guy is the example of substance abuse, of course. Who would have thought, right? You would abuse substance if your house was attacked by 2 burglars every single year. Jesus Christ, man.
For life, the 18th of May, 2022.
Whatever happens in the apocalypse stays in the apocalypse. Because all the bad things, they're just a part of the narrative. 2022? What's that? Russia attacked. Haha.
2022. Look, Seyron really liked alcohol.
And that's it. That's where all my empathy and sentimental values get burned into the fucking pits of hell. And yes, Russia attacked, and guess what? She also felt like doing something stupid, right? That's it. Like, I don't give a fuck no more. This person has died on their own terms. The only question is how they gonna blame others. I want Asian narrative right now. Who we're gonna blame next? That's the fun part. It's the same thing. Like someone drunk in a corner died. I don't care how they look like. You know, I don't care where they come from. We have principles, right? I just told you my principles, and we actually literally discovered that this actually is not a very interesting death until it was interesting after all. Still a drunk bum in the streets. Well, what's happening? What do these things have to do with anything? It just makes her feel homeless now.
She drank 2 wine glasses and decided to drive her car.
Oh, you don't do that. You don't decide things. That's really bad for you.
This was already...
That's what happens. Female decision. Okay, decision.
0.2%, far exceeding the limit of 0.08%.
Bro, you shouldn't have drank these 2 glasses of wine, bro.
That could have been controversial in the West as well. So
Okay. Okay, now we understand. We're all on the same page that South Korea is not that fucking different. It just has more people in it.
Didn't look immediately was dropped from the drama she was in called Trolley,
No, that was the trauma. She just went off the rails, baby.
as well as the net. She was betrayed by her friends, by people she trusted, by her own agent, all because it was the trendy thing to do.
Welcome to Apocalypse, baby. It's trendy to be a little bitch. I swear, that's the thing. Like, I get to see Apocalypse through South Korean world. Right now, the evil people are running around, doing their shit, escaping all consequences because the good people, like, still just discovering this new tools that they have, new powers. So, once we take control of those new powers, we have all this evil to attack, all this evil to poke fun of, and take revenge. Oh yeah, I can't wait. Still 3 years to go though. Still I have to suffer all this trendy bullshit.
And if that would have
Yeah, if something is trending in Asia, it's not a trend, it's a natural disaster.
every scoop the rumors from circulating. Oh my god, she already fell off so quickly? Wow, how the mighty have fallen, from renowned actress to some part-time job worker. The Korean netizens were feasting on these news. Also bearing in mind that the car she was driving during the DUI cost around $75,000 anything. But then she did, and it made things 1,000 times worse. Ever worked as an official part-timer employee at
An oopsie happens.
any K-drama.
Yeah, when you become famous, guess what happens? Amplification of good, bad things that you do, right? It's just like in the stock market when you invest, you can actually amplify the gains and losses potentially, right? So fame is the amplification. The more people are putting their eyes on you, you have to do better and better things basically to justify those eyes, this attention, right? This is why I have haters who just, are annoyed by the way that I do things. But if you say it out loud, all of a sudden that becomes a demand for me to change. And that can only be happening once if you're just an ant and your demands are just ridiculous, right? In comparison to like, what do you give me in return, right? Most people think that their attention is also incredibly valuable, and it is very debatable.
Drama's fantasy centered around your
Well, it is what it is. Real life Squid Game of who will the haters kill through hatred, I guess. But there is now enough context to understand what the YouTuber is doing. He's reporting on the news, heartlessly reporting, and he kind of contracted that disease of guilt and shame. And I want to see what happens next, bro. This is epic K-pop drama. Let's go. I don't even have to participate anymore.
eyes after her passing that we started to finally get confirmation on the real news that were happened death.
I was suicidal at 24. I'm way cooler.
We can meet again under
Everyone's apologizing. I hope we can meet in better circumstances. Yeah, lies and shame. Relentless. I kind of have to live a similar life, but who cares, right?
revealing this on the day of her funeral, so we can pictures of her in a uniform.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to disclose everything, be completely honest and transparent if you want to fucking get off with whatever you're doing. It feels like she felt way too much guilt on the businesses she impacted. It's kind of crazy, though, like, very submissive without calculating her actions. So, I mean, half of the guilt is always going to be with a person who takes their life. The other half is whoever failed to save that person.
blacklisted from acting. She was blacklisted from society. I mean, how crazy is this? Life was because of one particular YouTuber who caused her so
God damn it. It always was me. Sorry for uploading videos, guys.
was referring to none other, of course, than Lee Jin-ho. And
oh my god, the whole Legion! That's crazy.
Because why would you? If you didn't feel guilty, why would you do that?
Yeah, let's go. Let's keep drilling. Things die because they're guilty.
Well, the way I see it, 2025 is going to be filled with cases like this. That's just how things go in South Korea. It's just one big game of Squid Game, where as soon as you make a mistake, you get.
I don't understand none of this shit. Plus, we need to fill in the rest 15 minutes. What am I gonna do? Who wants to die? Who wants to play a game of Squid Game? Why is it not Tentacle Game, by the way? Oh, yeah. It's like a lewd version of what happens in Japan. I'll take a short break and figure out where to go next with this information. Koreans like their circles. Oh, wow. They accidentally dropped some bombs. I thought it was North Korea. I think someone reported North Korea.
Standoff we can expect, given the drama.
The drama!
That we saw.
The biggest drama is how the fuck do I find a credible source, right? A credible, interesting source that would talk about South Korea.
और था ही नहीं.
The fuck is this bullshit? How did India become a superpower of speaking fucking their language, but pretending to be English? Again, I will attempt to get 100 subscribers within a year, maybe? On a rocket ship. That's a big goal, actually. If I want to get it within a year. It gets harder and harder, you know, on this platform. March could turn out to be a fucking downfall to my channel. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Check my heartbeat, am I right? You never know when reality's real or it's just gaslighting mode. Gas chamber activated, bro. Welcome to 2025. My channel found dead. There's not a lot of videos. We're already below 200.
Report and advice.
Where can I find the real Korean culture, right? Because I cannot go through politics. I cannot go through business and just basic analysis. That's not what I need in this situation.
Get one.
Perhaps that is the drama. Usually the biggest problem is the biggest drama of like, how can you peel off the mask? When it comes to Russia, I could potentially just explore their culture in music, and that would be pretty obvious because it's pretty unique. This one is so basic, and there's no storytelling, basically. There's no unifying thing besides high tech, right? And lack of sleep.
That's what I meant to say.
We have this guy actually analyzed a lot of Japan K-pop stuff, apparently. He has to flash the flag to make sure everyone knows. Risen from Genshin Impact. This is where it ends. This channel just cuts off. Unforgivable sins. Look at that. You're gonna eat this up.
But this time in the United States under the name of A2K, America to Korea. Their local.
Best thing I can generate are questions. It's a way for me to use the clues I have collected in my brain and figure out if there are interesting answers to these questions. Okay, I'm starting to see a line of discussion in two branches, basically, which has nothing to do with this bullshit disappearance of a K-pop group. Like, what the fuck is this? Nor do I think that this guy has what it takes. I have found. I mean, yeah, the body culture is the grossest thing. It's pretty cool. I feel that the topic of capitalism is a game applies in South Korea, and the Squid Game mentality is actually something to be aware of. The next thing is the most like fucking gut-wrenching thing you can ever like witness is pretty girls saying they are ugly. Which is like, are you stupid? Are you stupid, bro? This is what it is. Like, you have to actually escape the Korean bubble to be able to feel pretty again, apparently. You know, I'm not pretty in Korea. Like, they understand that, fundamentally. They literally follow all the rules to be pretty, and I understand that you have to say to yourself, you're not pretty in order to follow rules, but this will mentally destroy the shit out of you because you're telling yourself lies in order to follow rules. It gets weird, isn't it? Capitalism is a game and it can kill you if you make the wrong moves. It's terrifying. So you can die mentally in two different ways. What if we actually discovering a new graph entirely? The upside down pyramid. I feel like we're getting there. Some kind of mysterious upside down pyramid we can pull. Because this is capitalism. We all know that this is capitalism. Right? And that I have a feeling this is gonna come to life. Squid Games, baby. You have to earn and spend your fame. You gotta escape. It's like a fucking obstacle course. You know? This is where you tell yourself that you're ugly and you do everything you can to fix your imperfections and to find a more perfected version of yourself. It's definitely a journey. But just like I've said, like we actually discussed this quite a bit, right? Like a lot of celebrities in K-pop, they disappear. They end their careers. But their career just supposed to have been started. They should be on this down roller coaster ride. You know? You can only wind up to a certain degree, and then you go down. But you have to go down properly, and maybe many people don't actually understand the whole process, turning themselves into a victim of the hidden game, basically. How about that? I'm starting to see where we're going with this. Yeah, also, I'm starting to feel like I'm missing a Korean girlfriend. The game of capitalism is going to come to an end. And maybe Korea is just overly good at playing this game. Incredibly good. Maybe they're one of these, like, self-deprecating types of people because of the public sector, because they are viewed by the rest of the world, and they immediately, go into two different categories. Where Japan could disappear at any moment. So they just kind of fucking produce porn. Japan could just get tsunami wave and disappear from the existence, basically. I mean, they already got nuked. They got the first nation to get nuked. Like, I don't understand, bro. Japan is on the brink of fucking apocalypse every single step of the way. South Korea is very different. They actually can focus on whatever the fuck game we're playing. And they actually, like, gave it a name. They gave it a Squid Game. And potentially this all just kind of boils down to, like, watched the Squid Games already. And it's like, okay, dude. Okay. I understand your enthusiasm. Before we do that, though, I can give an ending to this whole situation, right? Like, there's got to be a good conclusion that we can draw from this. There could be a twist to the story where the capitalism is accumulated for the sake of next round that they're anticipating so damn much, or they're just very good at making this system collapse and make a major twist, basically. Do we have clues of this potentially happening? We have Blackpink disbanded. The biggest group in K-pop disbanded, just spread all over. I thought this would be the moment when things start falling apart. Because we took the cap, right? We took it, we shut it down, and we show, oh, look, happily ever after. Everyone went their own ways, and now a new greatest can take place, right? Well, not yet. We still haven't, cooked the rest of the market with the story, right? It's not fully finished. Every single girl is trying to, like, put down as much material as possible, it feels like. Now, does that mean Blackpink has the material that I need to understand this situation? What the what? 10 tentacles? 10, what the, what? When it comes to tentacles, it was never octopus, it was squid. What the fuck? Squid Game, ugh. Is it a hentai? Is that what's happening? The AI is gonna take over? And mess Korea up? Is there, I mean, when you ban something, this is where we get back to the porn sector. When you ban something, like Japan has a good reason to become to be the capital of porn, but South Korea is way too close, and it's blocking all of the stuff. It's focusing on capitalism so much, but once capitalism becomes corrupted, everything will fall back to its original human self. Everyone will just give up on the rules that they follow, because the rules that they follow is the Squid Game capitalism game rules. They will default, but Korea's default is gonna be more crazier than anywhere else in the world, it feels like. This is the reason why I wanted to make this drama, it seems. Right? Because, like, they have so much to default into, but because they have a big population of people, just like the rest of the Asian world, it is very difficult to manage this collapse so nothing bad happens. Right? And they're kind of like eager to be the first ones, maybe, even during the apocalypse. We can default Korea. We just need to know how. There's threats everywhere, the president says. Please impeach me. There's threats every. What? Ah! You can imagine him screaming to get impeached. I'm scared. Please impeach me. It's martial law time. I activate martial law. People potentially don't even understand that by accumulating too much privacy, they become bitter personalities, bitter, sad, depressed, mentally ill personalities. And that's mental health would come back to normal once we stop chasing money. That defaulting is the best solution to all the problems that we're discussing. Lack of sleep, a lack of fertility and dating and cultural, basically, blockades from relationships to occur, right? We also just bumped into. If you're above this line, you cannot have relationships because it's not like you're always already halfway above the rest of the people. Might as well just finish, try your best basically, and see where it goes. But no one has a really good plan of how the culture is going to shift to something more reasonable. So now that I discovered this capitalism and the collapse of capitalism, because everything is going to be completely different when capitalism is not going to be the main game to play. You just have money, right? You just have money laying around. Yeah, you do a job for 1 year, and you would probably get just enough money to sustain for like next 5 years, and you just walk around and just do stuff, and you're not actually asked to spend too much money each time, and you kind of restrain yourself from spending because you want to slowly live your life. You're not too luxurious, and you just want to have a fucking partner to do all these activities with. All of a sudden, a life would be completely different if we discovered that we could have a nice life. We just need to start collecting principles, right? And we could move on from this bullshit anxiety, money grinding to the point where like we're just hoping that we're gonna see this luxurious lifestyle and get teased by it, and it's all collapsing. But I still need a conclusion how to end this video. Now that we know all this. Pandora and this shit. Already it's a mysterious music video. Oh yeah, let's not forget that this fertility thing turned into a big incentive for a government to actually ask people to come migrate into the country. It's fucking weird. With money being promised for making babies, bro. Which is, again, it is the signs of a collapse. Because you're just giving money away for some kind of a non-job commitment. And yeah, that money is probably not sufficient enough to be a good lure anyways. Something else has to be promised. Some kind of actual valuable assets gotta be promised. There they be the honey for the bees. Right? Bees like honey? No? But they collect it. I think I understand the situation here. So, not only they will not feel pretty because, oh, I'm in Korea and I have to follow these fucking rules, but, you know, they're not gonna feel pretty until someone tells them that they're pretty and how pretty attaches a number, right? I don't want to go back to the same conclusion of like, oh, I am doing the job of, collecting this stuff. I am like saving their integrity. And I will definitely tell them that they're pretty, I was like, well, they did it correctly, but someone has to tell them, So is the Korean drama of just like me telling women that they're pretty all the time until they fucking start collapsing? Or showing me the future of what happens? Because I kind of want to know. I think that's the best way to describe this whole thing, and this is a good conclusion of like, we need to know what happens, how the story goes, and is anyone trying to depict the story as really Squid Game the best depiction we have? Because it's kind of weird. Fucking tentacles, bro. Goodbye. Goodbye.